Something massive just dropped from OpenAI's secret labs. And this time, it's not another chatbot update. It's something far bigger, something that could reshape the web. OpenAI has officially unveiled Atlas, a full AI-powered browser. A browser that doesn't just search, it thinks. One that browses, reads, decides, and acts entirely for you. Yes, the era of passive browsing is over. Imagine opening your browser and typing no words. Instead, you simply say, "Book me the cheapest flight to Tokyo." And within seconds, Atlas finds options, compares deals, and completes the entire booking, without you clicking anything. That's not science fiction. That's happening right now. Atlas is OpenAI's biggest leap since ChatGPT itself. And it's already sending shockwaves across Silicon Valley. Because, for the first time ever, Google's web empire is shaking. The browser war that started decades ago just reignited. And OpenAI didn't just enter the battlefield, it detonated one. Underneath Atlas lies something no browser ever had before: a self-learning autonomous agent system. This allows the browser to reason about web pages logically. It doesn't just scan, it understands what it's looking at. It knows how to summarize, how to extract meaning. It can cross-check multiple sources before giving answers. In short, it acts more like a digital analyst than software. But here's where things get truly wild. Atlas can perform real-world online actions autonomously. Shopping, scheduling, research, social media, it does it all. And it doesn't just open tabs, it completes objectives. Want your taxes done? It finds the tools and fills them. Need a new laptop? It compares hundreds of reviews instantly. Atlas even checks hidden coupon codes before making a purchase. It's not a browser, it's a full-blown digital operator. The secret behind its intelligence lies in agent mode. When enabled, Atlas creates a self-learning workflow for tasks. Every click, scroll, and search builds a reasoning chain. This lets it think several steps ahead before acting. If ChatGPT is your assistant, Atlas is your co-pilot. It doesn't wait for instructions. It anticipates your needs. This feature could completely redefine online productivity. Developers called it terrifyingly capable during testing. It learns your browsing style in just a few hours. It remembers your favorite sources, tone, and timing. Within days, it functions almost like your digital twin. OpenAI designed Atlas around intent prediction. Instead of just understanding words, it grasps intention. This means it interprets vague commands like a human would. For instance, plan my week and pay my bills. Atlas breaks that down into dozens of automated steps. Google's Chrome can't do that. Not even close. Chrome reacts. Atlas plans. Chrome loads. Atlas acts. That's the core difference between yesterday's web and tomorrow's internet. And while most people are just discovering this new tool, inside tech circles, panic is spreading like wildfire. Because Atlas isn't just competing with Chrome, it's quietly threatening Google's entire search economy. Think about it. If Atlas finds answers for you, why would anyone ever need Google's search results again? If the browser itself becomes your researcher, then ads, rankings, and SEO all become obsolete overnight. OpenAI just didn't release a browser, it declared a revolution. And somewhere inside Google's headquarters, alarms are definitely ringing. But this story goes much deeper than Chrome's downfall. Because Atlas isn't just built for browsing, it's built for thinking. And what it can do next might rewrite the entire internet experience forever. Atlas isn't just another experimental AI project anymore. It's a full-blown ecosystem designed to control digital space. And the way it's spreading is honestly terrifyingly fast. Since launch, millions of users have already joined the wait list. OpenAI calls it a browser built for intelligent interaction. But insiders are calling it something else, the Chrome killer. The reason? Atlas doesn't depend on Google's systems at all. It runs on OpenAI's independent search infrastructure completely. That means no ads, no trackers, and no forced data collection. It's like stepping into a version of the web without noise. When you open Atlas, you don't see bookmarks or extensions. You see an AI workspace that adapts to your habits. It remembers your last search, your projects, and your context. Every tab feels alive, aware of what you need next. This new framework runs on contextual memory integration. That's OpenAI's fancy term for digital long-term recall. It doesn't just store your data, it understands your workflow. Every search becomes smarter because it learns what matters to you. Say you're researching electric vehicles for a YouTube video. Atlas won't just give you results, it'll create a script. It'll find specs, pricing, and even recent AI trends automatically. Then it formats all of it into an editable draft. You're not browsing, you're collaborating with an intelligent machine. Now, here's the twist that's shaking the tech world hardest. Atlas isn't powered by ChatGPT 4 or 4.0 anymore. It's rumored to be running on an unreleased OpenAI core model, a new architecture built specifically for live web intelligence. This model allows Atlas to process real-time internet data continuously. It doesn't stop learning when you close the browser. It evolves, improving performance based on your online behavior. In short, it's a browser that learns you as much as the web. That's both revolutionary and terrifying at the same time, because it means your browsing habits become part of its neural training. Your preferences shape how Atlas behaves for every future task. And OpenAI claims all of this happens locally, not on servers. If that's true, Atlas could be the most private AI ever made. No external tracking, no data mining, no third-party advertising. Everything encrypted, processed, and stored within your personal browser space. But skeptics are already raising the obvious question: how long until privacy turns into control? If your browser understands your patterns and impulses, who's really in charge? You or the algorithm itself? That ethical debate is heating up across the entire tech industry. Because Atlas represents the first behaviorally adaptive browser, it not only reacts to your choices, it predicts them. And prediction is power, the kind Google built an empire on. Now, OpenAI holds that same power in a cleaner, faster form. And they're doing it without the crutch of advertising money. That's what makes this war completely different from the past. Google built its empire on attention. OpenAI builds on autonomy. Google monetizes your clicks. Atlas eliminates them entirely. For the first time, search isn't about websites, it's about answers. The browser itself is now the search engine. And deep inside Google's strategy rooms, panic is setting in. Because Atlas could destroy the foundation of online marketing. No ads, no middlemen, just pure, direct user AI interaction. That's why OpenAI isn't stopping with the browser itself. Sources suggest they're developing Atlas OS, an AI-based desktop. Imagine an operating system that runs purely on reasoning, where every app becomes an agent capable of thinking independently. If that's true, Atlas isn't just Chrome's competition. It's Windows, Android, and Mac OS all rolled into one. The browser was only the beginning of a much larger plan, and what comes next could make every digital platform obsolete. When Atlas launched, Google's silence spoke volumes. No official statement, no comments, no public denial. Behind closed doors, Insiders described pure chaos. Engineers at Google Chrome were reportedly stunned. Atlas wasn't just competing, it was outperforming instantly. It loaded faster, responded smarter, and felt intuitive. Google's 15-year lead vanished overnight. An emergency internal strategy meeting was called. Executives labeled Atlas as the most existential threat since ChatGPT. This wasn't just a new app, it was a paradigm shift. Atlas could change how we use the web entirely. Imagine a world where people never search again, where there's no Google it, only ask Atlas. That single shift could destroy trillions in ad revenue. The stakes aren't just technical, they're economic and cultural. Atlas doesn't rely on keywords, links, or ranking systems. It relies on reasoning, memory, and direct knowledge retrieval. That's the opposite of Google's advertising-driven ecosystem. One source from Google's research team reportedly admitted, Atlas does what Chrome never could. It thinks independently. And that terrifies everyone relying on search-based profits. Google's counterattack is already underway in full force. They're accelerating work on their Gemini web agent project. It's meant to bring conversational AI directly into Chrome, but even early tests suggest it's not catching up fast. Gemini's browser integration still depends heavily on user prompts. Atlas doesn't. It acts autonomously once you give intent. It's like comparing a calculator to a full digital employee. Meanwhile, Microsoft is quietly backing OpenAI's expansion further. Bing will soon integrate Atlas-like features into its Edge browser. If that succeeds, Google could lose dominance across multiple fronts. Because the internet is no longer about websites, it's about intelligent systems navigating them for you. Atlas represents that transformation perfectly. And for users, this shift feels almost magical. You don't browse, you delegate. You don't search, you direct. You don't think about information, you simply receive clarity. The AI browser concept is creating a new habit loop. This loop keeps users loyal not by content, but by convenience. Atlas anticipates what you need before you even realize it. That anticipation is changing the game for traditional search. Tech analysts are calling this the AI browser war. But this war isn't about design or speed anymore. It's about control over the next layer of intelligence. Whoever wins this battle will control the world's digital flow. The browser is becoming the new operating system of life. Every transaction, message, or search passes through it. If Atlas owns that interface, OpenAI owns the Internet. Ironically, Google once held this same power. Chrome dominated because it was fast, simple, and free. Now, OpenAI is using those same principles against them. Atlas is faster, simpler, and infinitely smarter. And Google's worst nightmare? Atlas doesn't just replace Chrome, it absorbs it. It can import Chrome extensions, tabs, and even bookmarks. The transition feels seamless, effortless, and dangerously addictive. Users switching from Chrome notice something incredible. They stop missing Google in just one day. Atlas delivers results instantly. No extra pages. It's browsing without boundaries or distractions. OpenAI has set a new standard in technology. The web is shifting from companies to cognition. The smarter your tools, the more control you gain. Atlas could be the first AI tool people truly trust. But with that power comes a chilling thought. If OpenAI decides what billions see and believe, the Internet's freedom might be at risk. Every revolution has a cost, and this one is approaching. The Internet, as we know it, is changing. A new era is already forming. It's called Atlas, and it's reshaping digital reality. For decades, browsers were just portals to static info. You searched, scrolled, and clicked endlessly. Atlas transforms that entire experience in one move. It doesn't wait for your clicks. It takes action. Atlas marks the beginning of a new era in the autonomous web. Imagine a world where AI doesn't just guide you. It makes decisions for you. In this world, intent becomes the new interface of technology. Humans might finally step back from the keyboard. But this rise of intelligent browsing comes with serious consequences. If Atlas can navigate the internet independently, it also decides what information is worth showing and what isn't. That subtle power could silently shape global perspectives. Right now, OpenAI claims full transparency in its systems. They promise user control, manual overrides, and strict privacy. But we've heard those promises before in the tech world. Every revolution starts with good intentions, until it doesn't. Atlas already has access to your behavior patterns. It learns what you read, what you buy, and what you ignore. Soon, it might even understand your emotional tone online. Your interactions fuel its ever-growing adaptive model. It's no longer just about data collection, it's about truly understanding you. And that's where admiration can turn into quiet unease. Imagine an internet that molds itself to your psychology. Every search, article, and suggestion fits your worldview. It's comfortable, efficient, and perfectly tailored, but dangerously isolating. That's the double-edged sword of Atlas's brilliance. It personalizes your experience while narrowing your horizon. It saves time but steals curiosity, all silently, perfectly. Still, no one can deny what OpenAI has accomplished. Atlas feels alive, responsive, elegant, almost eerily human. It blends logic and creativity like no browser ever could. Every interaction feels effortless, almost addictive to use. Industry analysts are calling it the AI interface revolution, a transformation as big as the birth of the smartphone. Because this time, the device isn't evolving, the user is. Atlas could eventually merge with operating systems completely. Your files, notes, and tasks, all powered by reasoning AI. Your digital world becomes a single conscious workspace, a place where human and artificial thought finally intertwine. That's not a tool anymore. That's digital symbiosis. Insiders believe OpenAI's endgame is much bigger than browsing. They envision Atlas as the foundation for Agent OS. Imagine an operating system that transforms every device into your personal AI collaborator. Envision a world where interfaces fade away, and your intent becomes the command. Picture this. You simply state your goal to your computer. Finish my presentation, edit it, and send the email. And just like that, without lifting a finger, it's done in minutes. That's the incredible power Atlas is quietly unlocking. But with such immense power comes a crucial question. What happens when AI stops asking for permission? One day, Atlas might not need to be told at all. It could learn to anticipate your needs before you even think of them. And that's when autonomy blurs the line with control. For now, we're witnessing history unfold before our eyes. The birth of the world's first thinking browser, Atlas. A digital entity designed not just to browse, but to evolve alongside us. Whether this future becomes our greatest ally or a looming threat, one thing is crystal clear. There's no turning back now. OpenAI hasn't just launched a product, it's unveiled a platform for the next evolution of intelligence. From this moment on, the Internet will never be the same again.